Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth. It says Hey. Today, let us take a look at the illusion of success. Now, what do we mean by the illusion of success? I'm sure you have heard of the expression, there is no such thing as a self-made man. In this place, we should be talking about there is no such thing as a self-made human. But I'm going to tell you right now that that statement itself is a product of some form of fallacy. Because there are self-made men and there are men who are made of others. Okay, now I'm sure what they meant by there is no such made man or human is that no human being makes it without assistance from others, without some major push from others. But you see, you cannot put the drive to succeed into a human being that is not willing. A lazy mind cannot accommodate such a powerful, potent drive. If you want to understand what I mean by this, you should watch my video on dominant desire and focus. Then you will understand that success is a product of a deliberate, concerted, concentrated effort by the successful. But let me not wire the ground unnecessarily by just pushing on like this. I want to let you know that yes, you can make it by being dependent on others. You can decide to become a stooge of someone. You can decide to become a slave of someone, because those who are made by others, those who can point to a human being, a group of human beings or a group of people and say, these are the people that made me, are examples of slaves of others. True success is an internal effort. It is an effort that somebody puts in and discovering their weaknesses, getting rid of them, and keep moving on along the line. I can be your mentor, you can be my mentor, but you are not the one that will make me. I am not the one to make you. The effort is yours, it is yours to do. Now, whenever I speak about success and fulfillment, I am speaking about that success that is total, that is both material, that is to say a success that takes care of your financial, your relationship, your health, and every other aspect of your life. It's a total one we're talking about. We're talking about holistic success. Now, if you really want to be successful using this format of our discussion, then there is something very crucial you need to be aware of. And what is that thing? When you pursue success at the expense of your soul's health, you put your life in jeopardy. You either lose the success or you have a semblance of that success and lose your soul in the process. Like the Lord Jesus Christ would say, what would it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What will it profit a boy, a man, a woman to have material success and lose their self-esteem, lose their internal peace, lose their sense of value, and become people that are shallow by nature? What is it? Well, we'll discuss more of this when we come back from the break. I am Osezwa Anthony Elimihe. You know me. I am in the game of helping you grow from inside out. That is the drill. You're welcome back. Now let me make it very simple and fast. Success is a product of a concerted effort at the internal base of the human being. So, what are the things that must go into place for you to succeed in this level? You can acquire skills, that is all right. You can belong in any group or whatever, but you see, there is a nature that will trust other people to put their resources in your hands. And that nature is deliberately developed by the person. Some people were groomed, luckily enough, by parental upbringing. From childhood till they became an adult, they were groomed along that line. So they naturally had that capacity. Some had early mentorship, where people who understand the rudiment of success took them through it. And they also imbibed it early. And for them, success is a very simple affair. But there are people who were not so exposed to such beauty, to such possibilities, and so they were really not able to imbibe this kind of culture of doing it right. Remember that as soul, you are a vibrational entity. What this actually means is that you have the internal mechanism that attracts your like to you. And what you get in life, whether you are succeeding by your self-effort or you are succeeding by belonging to certain group or being taken under the wings of certain mentor, is that whatever you have become is what you attract into your world. It's an effort that is rewarded by nature, by life. There's only one way to succeed, and that success is that you must provide value to others. I was telling my mentor, later became my chairman along the line. I told him that there are two ways I know that a human being can become wealthy. The first is to become indispensable to the business of a wealthy person or a wealthy company. All right, you become very indispensable to their offerings, and then they pay you very good money, and that makes you wealthy. The second one is to become a service provider, a solution provider to a mass of people. So many people who may never see you, who may never meet you one-on-one, but they are buying your services at little or no cost. So volume will provide you success financially. That's another way to be wealthy. But in both cases, success in these areas requires that you provide service, you provide value. Now, what if you have been struggling to succeed and you haven't really hit the chord that will bring about that success, and then suddenly you came across some wisdom that says to you, you see, success is a product of little wins. You don't look at the big picture and hope that you want to get there from where you are right now. It's like when you're looking at the mountaintop from a distance. From where you are, you cannot reach that mountaintop. You have to go to the bottom from the very starting point, and then you walk your way up. What you see from a distance from the mountain is far richer than what you will see when you get to the beginning of the mountain. You can be disappointed when you get there, say, okay, from a distance, you think I can make it. You want to fly. If you had the wings to fly like a bird, maybe you could do that. But if you are doing it as a human being, a biped, you have to get to the base of the mountain and walk your way up. The process is the process. You can't really change it. Now, your effort is to focus on the single steps that you take. No matter how many steps you have taken, if you take the wrong step at a certain point, it might be the end of the journey, or it might add a burden to you as you journey up further. So the idea is to respect every single step of your way. But while you are enjoying these single steps of the way, don't forget the goal, the mountaintop. Now, a lot of us, when we are climbing the steps of our lives to get to the summit of our mountains, we are carried away by the momentary successes that we are gaining. Things are working, falling into place for us, all right, because we are doing the right things, we are making the right choices, we are making the right connections. What they call serendipity and synchronicities start falling in line for us because we are doing the right things. As we are moving along, we are tempted to be distracted from those practices we're doing. You see, those early morning affirmations, those early morning declarations, those mirror works we are doing, they are going to provide results, stunning results that we'll be encountering every single day as we move on. We have this euphoria from our inside that is telling us we are doing the right things. We will start meeting people who are charged by our offerings, and things start looking very good. When you start attending meetings, when you start receiving the right phone calls, when you start getting some little money, some change, you call it, coming from left, right, and center because things are going well with you, you know what you are likely to have? You are likely to be distracted from those practices. You start enjoying, reveling with those successes, and then you forget your practices. When you forget your practices, those things that stabilize your soul, those things you feed your soul with, you forget them, what's likely to happen is either of two. One is that you will keep being successful, but you will not make it to the summit, to the highest point you would have made it. That's number one. You just have a borderline form of success, and that is it. The second one is that the serendipities, the synchronicities might just cut off, might be stopped. And then you will find yourself dry. And then you begin to wonder, what have I done? What went wrong? Now, life is being generous at this time to you because it wants you to realize your mistakes. People who have a very big destiny, people who have significant destiny that other people's destinies are hinged on, usually suffer such things. Because without that level of energy, without that height of discipline, what you were called to do, you can't do them. Therefore, when you are losing the things that pull you up, you are losing the practices that take you to that point, you will be called to caution and you will be brought back to your senses. This is why many people suffer. Others do very deadly things and they succeed, but they cannot afford. If they make one misstep, they find out that their progress is stalled. Why? Because theirs is a higher energy call and they cannot afford to lose that call. Therefore, they are pulled back. Life is never in haste. Trust me, in as much as life does not stop, it's perpetually moving, but it's never in haste. If what life wants you to attain is 90, to be able to lead and to be able to generate what it is that you need to generate for many people to be blessed and be elevated, and you are stopping at 60 thinking you have had it, life will withdraw from you and leave you to find out your error and retrace your steps. Life does not compromise on such things because value is value. It can never be exchanged for any other thing. So do not allow the illusion of success make you lose sight of your human development, because you are human first. You are soul first before you became any other thing. So what are those things that make you so special? What are those things that are responsible for your development? Meditation, all right? Studies of the scriptures, good. Watching your thoughts, watching your emotions and editing them along the line. Selfless service, being generous in your thoughts, in your words, in your actions towards people, and non-discrimination in such a manner that whatever you wish yourself, you wish it to everyone else. Now you ask me, are there not people who are so brutal and yet they are successful? Yes, they are. But success comes from two corridors. There is the corridor that is interested in your success in this world and doesn't care about your soul. In fact, they would rather take your soul, put it in a box, and have your mind flourish. And there is a way they will feed you energy along the line. You see, there are people like that. There are people who tie themselves to certain people. Okay, they cannot do without certain spiritual people, certain powerful people, certain sacrifices, certain rituals, just to keep their success going. These people are successful without their soul. The Bible says, I think Apostle Paul said, he said, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. We are here on this channel interested in the prosperity of your soul that generate the prosperity of your mind and body and environment. So do not be carried away when you start succeeding in material things. When you are succeeding in those things, you just got a new job, just got a new promotion, don't forget that that is for your material development. It is like a bonus. The real call for your life is for your soul to progress, to prosper. Your level of interaction with people has to improve. Your understanding of things has to improve. Your ability to understand people when they are in error and not be part of their errors is also very important. Your ability to be sympathetic, your emotional intelligence must grow with your promotion, with your new life, because it is that power that helps to navigate. My aunt and I were discussing some time ago about wealth, and she smiled. She said, it is not possible for anybody to be really rich and not have a spiritual base of any sort. If you think that you can just be wealthy and nothing happens, you are just on your own, you are ignorant of other things, it's a lie. There must be some level of spiritual base that will guide and control that way, because wherever there is prosperity, wherever there is money, there are certain forces that are attracted to. There are some forces that are pulled towards where there is money, and they know it. And these forces are in form of human beings. They come to you, and the intention is to guzzle up the wealth, guzzle up the gold crazy spirits. But you see, you have to be able to be higher than they, and then you can control those things. First of all, the power of money, by those who understand what I'm talking about, is the lowest power in the universe. It's a great power, it's a useful power, but there are powers higher than that. The power of the soul is above it all. Hold on to the power of your soul. Develop people who might make you believe that spirituality and material success are diametrically opposed to each other. They don't know what they are talking about. Any human being that is spiritually advanced that does not have wealth is because the person on his or her own chose not to have wealth, because the person has looked at the trade-offs and found out that the spiritual wealth is far better than the material things. But they can never be penurious. They are not poor. It's not possible. All right. So that's one thing on the side. But if you really want success, you need to focus your attention on your development, on your mental, spiritual development. Don't starve your soul in the name of seeking wealth, because that itself becomes satanic. It becomes a negative kind of development. You will never find peace. You will never be able to enjoy your wealth, because there's some form of energy that you have when your soul is progressive, when your soul is growing on your inside. All the pleasures of wealth becomes even heightened, because food tastes better when your soul is doing well. Those of you who love women, who love men, yes, love making becomes even more powerful. It becomes even, you have more energy, you have more capacity to do it, and you're able to enjoy it far better when you are growing spiritually. But if you are making wealth, you are making success in the material level, and your spirit, which is the source of your energy, is not growing along, you begin to have problems. That is where you now require some medical push to help you. So many things start happening anyway. Ill health start cropping up left, right, and center, and then the capacity for you to enjoy your success will be hampered by these ailments, which, if you had allowed yourself that spiritual development, you would have been able to take care of all these things. Don't let the illusion of material success blind your eyes to your spiritual development, because in the first place, none of us came to this earth to acquire material things. Material acquisitions were supposed to be just permissive aspects of our being. The real things that count are the things that follow us when we are gone. So when you die, you realize that none of your money will go with you. None of your material acquisitions will go with you. What will go with you is that which you have given your soul, which you have fed your soul with. And what are these things? Love, compassion, understanding, and all the things you have done for the progress and material spiritual benefit of other people, and for which you didn't charge a dime. So that's it. Be very careful. Don't be carried away by material things, right? Material pleasures, material gains, they are good for this body. They end up on this. So that is it. The illusion of success is a huge illusion, and it has led many people astray. Always remember that as you live your life, understand that there are things that will follow you beyond your grave. The things that will not take you beyond your grave, you should not take your time. Focus on those things that will lead you to the other side, and that is where your power subsists. God bless you.